Hey crafting friends, Jessica here with Tiny Worlds of Wonder, stopping in to share some happy mail I received this week from one of my very favorite coloring book companies, Colorit. Now, I've partnered with Colorit before when I showed you Mandalas to Color Volume 3. Colorit reached out to me to ask if I would review their beautiful new publication, Majestic Horses, and I said, of course I will, because my last experience was fantastic. Now, be sure to stick around to the end of the video because I might have some news for you. So what I want to do today is show you this beautiful book. I'll flip through some pages, and then I want to share how I would plan my color scheme for one of these, and we'll kind of get started on it together. So one of the things I love the most about Colorit's books are these hardcovers, front and back, that make this easy to travel with. I can take this book in the living room, just chill out on the couch and color with it. That is a big perk. I also love that the pages are perforated at the top, so you can pull them out and work on them that way if you would like. Each book also comes with a blotter page, which we are definitely going to use today. I'm actually going to go ahead and pull this out because this is something we are going to need. If you don't have a blotter page for today's project, you could just use a piece of scrap paper. That would work just fine. Now this book has a variety of images, all of which contain majestic horses, hence the title of the book. There are a lot of action scenes in this. There are some nature scenes in this book. Here we have a rodeo. This book is especially close to my heart because many of you know I live in Montana and I grew up on a ranch in Montana. And while I didn't live there my whole childhood, I have some really fond memories of sort of that rural life and the nostalgia that goes with it. And so this book is cool. It takes me back to that place. So we have some polo. We have a saucy horse. We have a horse seductress there. Some nostalgic scenes. Some are portrait orientation. A few are landscape. This reminds me very much of a Montana vista. That's something I would drive by really often where I live. Ooh, I might have plans for you. You guys know some pages always speak to you, right? More than others. I think that one's also a no, is it a landscape? No, that one's a portrait too. I'm just misseeing it. So again, some action scenes. We have some horse racing. That's a very beautiful, beautiful page. As I'm flipping through this, it occurs to me too that this would be an absolutely fantastic Christmas gift for either an adult or a child in your life who really loves horses. I feel like a lot of kids go through a stage where they love horses. A lot of my students do anyway. So this would be great for that. That's a cool one with the barn in it. Love horse racing scene there. Oh, I might also have plans for you. Wouldn't that be beautiful with prismas? That would be lovely. That would be lovely. We have, ooh, a warrior princess. This looks like a hometown parade where I live. Absolutely. That's our 4th of July parade every year. We have a elf princess there, a peacock. That would be fun to color with Inktense and make that really beautiful. Oh, I forget what these horses are called with the kind of longer noses. They're beautiful. Another fairy princess. This is cool with the snake. The snake kind of has a geometric pattern on it. That's very cool. I don't know if I'm turning any of these to the right orientation. I think there are multiple options. I think that's the case. You guys ever seen miniature horses? This is probably not an adult horse, but we have a farm around here that raises miniature horses, and they're pretty adorable. So those are some of the pages in this book. Now, another of my favorite things about Colorit's books, and maybe the thing that rises to the very top, is their paper quality. So when I am working on Colorit books, I can use colored pencils, I can use brush markers, I can use Inktense, and they all work absolutely beautifully. I'm going to kind of choose one that really stuck out to me, maybe this rocking horse, because it has some Nutcracker overtones to me, and I'm not sure why. I think it's great. So I've pulled out my blotter page because I'm going to kind of take you through what I would do if I was planning a color scheme for this page. When I think of Nutcracker, I think of burgundy, I think of those really Christmassy green colors, I think of dark purple, like royal purples. So I have the 36 set of Inktense, and then over the course of a few years, I've been collecting a few extra colors from Dick Blick, which is one of my favorite art supply stores. I'll stick a link in the description below so you guys can find some Dick Blick pencils if you want. I'm thinking some good options for this page might be, like I said, a burgundy. So my favorite way to create a really true burgundy is actually with Shiraz. And Shiraz is a purple red, but as you know, when you're working with different light sources in coloring, what you have to do is focus on your midtone and then select a lighter shade and a darker shade. So you want a minimum of 3 colors in each shade to get a good blend. Now, that's just my method, but that really works for me. So I'm gonna go with, for my lighter shade, an actual true red. Let's try a chili red. And then for my darker shade, I'm actually gonna go with a purple. I have 2 choices here. Because I'm going with red, I'm gonna go with my redder purple. So that's dusky purple. Okay, so I'm just going to start swatching these out. So like I said, my middle tone is going to be a true burgundy. That's the color I'm going for. That's the color that my eyes are going to pick up as the main color when I see this. And then in my highlight areas, I'm going to go for chili red. And then in my shadows, I'm going to go for dusky purple. Now, one trick to making your colors even more cohesive is to take your lightest color and actually go over everything that you have colored in. So go over your darker colors with your lightest color, and that's going to kind of make sure that those colors end up being a part of the same color family. Now, you could use a paintbrush or a water brush. I just have a plain old water brush from Amazon. It's not my favorite, so I'm not going to recommend it to you. So I'm going to start with my lightest area first. I'm just going to test these colors out, see what I think of them. With Inktense, you always want to work from lightest to darkest. So I'm going to pull my color from light to dark and just see if I like kind of the effect that we're getting there. My brush was not wet enough and I forgot to grab a blotting tool. I'm a mess today. There we go. There we go. That's what I was hoping for. So you can see with those 3 colors that I definitely have the appearance that this color is burgundy, but I have a little highlight and a little shadow, and that's exactly what I'm going for. Now, what I might do is just make a note that the colors that I decided on were chili red, Shiraz, dusky purple. That way, if I can't finish this page in one sitting, I'll have some idea of the colors that I used. Okay, so to go with my red, I think we need a purple. So I'm gonna go for a purple shade that is a little bit on the red side so that it blends with what I've already done there. I'm going to keep my dusky purple. That seems like a good maybe mid-tone for what I want to try here. And then I think for my lightest color, I'm going to try a red violet. I don't know if this is going to work. This is an experiment that we're doing here together. And then for my dark color, I think I'm going to go with deep indigo. Now deep indigo is really blue, but it's a great color for shadows. Let's try this out. Now, of course, I might get a color combo that I really don't like. These experiments don't always work. They really don't. Okay, so I'm going to go with deep indigo here. And then I'm going to go with red violet here. And then I'm going to use my red violet to color over all of those darker colors to just kind of tie them together a bit. All right, let's see what we end up with here for a purple. So my water brush is much wetter now than it was the first time, which is what I needed. And again, I'm working from my light to my dark. And you can see when I got to that blue, I just broke my rule for Inktense. Don't go over it a million times. Go over it one good time and then leave it. You can see, even though I used a blue for my end shade there, this actually worked out really well. I have a nice true purple. So my highlight is red violet, and then I end up with what looks like purple in my shadow there. So I'm liking that. I'm gonna stick with that color. We'll make it official. So now I'm gonna need, I can tell for this page, I'm gonna need some golds. When I think of Nutcracker or anything Christmas, I think of gold. So my favorite color combo for creating a gold is to use some different shades of brown. So I'm gonna go with mustard. I'm gonna pick out tan, and I'm gonna pick out saddle brown. Saddle brown seems fitting for today's video, doesn't it? And then if I need to do something really dark for this, I'm gonna try bark, which is a nice dark brown. And sometimes I end up with 3 colors, sometimes I end up with 4. In this case, when I do golds, I often end up with 4. So my middle shade here is gonna be tan. Let's go ahead and lay down some tan. Then my darker shade is going to be the saddle brown. If I need a very deep shadow, I'm going to add some bark. And then my lightest color is going to be mustard, which is very yellow. And then again, I'm going to blend over all those colors with my lightest shade. Okay, let's test that out and see how we like it. So again, working from my lightest to darkest with Inktense, because I want to preserve my light colors all the time. Then if I'm going to go back and blend one more time, I make sure I blot off a little bit there. All right. So there's my gold hue, my gradient of color. And that is really kind of my go-to for anything that's going to be gold. If I'm doing a building, I sometimes add a little bit of willow or baked earth in there. If I want like stone that has some brown to it, but not quite so yellow. Now, of course, we wouldn't have a Christmas scene without some green. And green is challenging because we can go a lot of different ways with our green. Our red has a distinct blue tone. It's a cool. Our purple we added some cool tone with the indigo, but we also have the red violet. And because of the color scheme here, and because these are kind of royal colors, I'm actually gonna pick the Ionian green as kind of my middle shade. Let's go over here. So Ionian's gonna be my mid-tone. has more of like an evergreen sort of tone to it, I would say. And then for my lighter color, let's try felt green. Let's see what happens. We may not like it again. We'll see. We'll see. And then often for my dark tones with greens, I grab the indigo again. And even though it's a blue, it seems to work really well. So let's try some deep indigo for our shadow. Okay, and again, I'm going to go over the whole thing with my light color. When I'm coloring my page, I'll do the same. Just kind of blend all my colors together there. It's pretty vivid. That felt green is a pretty vivid green. But the tone I'm going for overall is sort of an evergreen. So if my midtone is kind of the color I want to see, I consider that pretty successful. I'm going to try one more option. I'm actually going to try the iron green and just see. That one has a little more blue, but we're going to see which one we prefer. And I think picking color palettes is always a matter of doing a little experimenting. Let's try this one. If I'm going to go with iron green, I think I'm going to keep the deep indigo because that works very well for my shadow color. I need to add some more to my collection of lighter shades of green, I think. We need something with a little more blue. Maybe I'll try the field green, but I'm not sold that that's going to be the right answer because it's pretty vivid. I might keep that a pretty minimal part of this color combo. Otherwise, it's going to get a little crazy. Need a little more water here. Having plenty of water is vital to this. Vital to success with Inktense. All right, so after looking at both these color combos, I think the one that I definitely prefer is the more blue green. Now, is there any right answer to this? Not really. That's the whole point of experimenting with some of these color combos, to see what you really like. So if you prefer more of that true evergreen, maybe you want to go with the felt green, Ionian green, and indigo. If you want a little bit more of the spruce color, a little more blue green, maybe you want to go with the field green, iron green, and indigo. So, all right, so that is my basic color palette for this page. Now I think it's time to start coloring. Hey guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Huge thanks to Colorit for sending this book and for the incredible surprise I'm about to tell you about. Now, Colorit would like to send a copy of this book to one lucky viewer. This giveaway will ship directly from Colorit. I just need you to do one thing for me. Now, this giveaway is only open to residents of the United States. I'm sorry, it's just how it goes. But what I need you to leave in the comments below is your state of residence in the US and your favorite horse color. Now, you don't have to know anything about horses to share that with me. When you're dreaming at night, what color Pegasus are you flying around on? That's what I want to know. Your favorite horse color. Now, this video is going to launch on a Saturday. You have until next Saturday to leave your comment. I'll stick some dates on the screen there to help you out. And then I'll be announcing the winner the following week. Okay, so you have a whole week to enter, and then I'll draw a winner and announce that 2 weeks from when this video launches. Huge thanks to Colorit for that giveaway. Huge thanks to all of you for hanging out today. I hope you found the video really helpful and fun. As always, spread some joy wherever you are, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.